Is this on? Hello? I think it's on. Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Konrad, and today I'm going to be doing something that's been a little bit overdue, you could say. I'm going to talk about the time I got arrested. This happened like almost 2 years ago now. I haven't talked about it because I didn't know how I felt about it, but now I finally, I could tell you guys because like it's all over and everything happened and it's in the past. So yeah, I'm going to tell you guys how I got arrested. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about just how I got arrested. I'm going to talk about how I got arrested for like riding a bicycle, like with pedals, like the ones that you learn on to ride on two wheels. I got arrested on one of those for riding it. This story is like something that like you won't believe happened. Like there's no way that somebody could get arrested for doing this, and I don't know how I pulled it off, not knowing how to wheelie at the time as well. So like I pulled off the impossible, pretty much. I got arrested for something that is impossible to get arrested for. I got arrested for it. So yeah, this all starts February 21st, 2017. I'm pretty sure this is like a winter break, and me and my friend just wanted to ride. My friend Eddie, if you guys don't know him, he's been in a lot of like old videos. But yeah, I got arrested with him. So I'm like, yo, I call him up. I'm like, yo, let's go practice over here. And we link up by Newdorf. There was this big parking garage that we had that we used to ride in the winter, and this garage was like still closed because like there was no, it was for a gym, and the gym was still not open yet, so nobody really parked there. So we just rode there because the lights and everything worked, and it was like better, and it was, there was no snow down there, so we rode there in the winter. So me and him decide, hey, let's go down there, see if anybody's there. We go down there, we ride a little bit, we practice, nobody's there, so we end up leaving. So yeah, when you get up, there's a post office, right? So the post office is right here, there's a street, okay? So imagine this street is the street we're on, okay? There's a street like this. The main street is like this, and we decide to go up this way, because you could, from this street, there's a light, so you can make a right or a left. You can't go straight because it's a one-way. So I'm like, I see the cops and I'm like, I don't want them to bust our balls or anything for doing anything. So I'm like, hey, let's just go around. And my friend Eddie's like, yo, nah, bro, let's just go straight because it's a lot faster to get to the train over there because we're trying to get to the train. So, we just keep going straight. I look straight at the cops. I could tell they're not happy. We go straight up in front of them on a one-way. And I'm just like, alright, they're not happy, whatever. They got, like, nothing's gonna happen. We keep riding up the one-way. We keep riding up it, we keep riding, and then we make a right. And when we make a right on this big two-way road, and all of a sudden, like, they're just behind us, they're just there. And I'm like, alright, we're not doing anything wrong, so we just keep riding. So they just buzz this, like, quick turn right in front of us, and this cop just jumps out the car and starts running at us. Like, I don't even know what I did. I was just, like, standing there, and I was like, she's, like, telling me, like, come over here, I just want to talk to you. And then I'm just like, yo, what? And my friend is like, no, chill, don't run. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm not gonna leave my friend over here, and I don't know what's gonna happen to him if I just leave him here. So I stay with him, and she wanted to talk. So she comes at me like, oh, I want to talk, Konrad, and stuff. And I was like, oh, she knows my name. This is just going down. And I stayed, and I got tackled to the floor by two cops. And yeah, I got searched for weapons on a bicycle, and I got tackled to the floor. I still don't get like the whole reason why they got me. I guess she just had pure hatred for me because she was so proud of it. Like, I'm gonna post pictures on the screen and stuff of like them, like pictures of like the newspaper and stuff of them happy that they got our bikes, and the real reason they got my bike is because I went up a one-way street, and I was just like, what? So yes, that's pretty much how I got arrested. I got arrested for going up a one-way street the wrong way. So I got arrested for that. If you could even get arrested for going up a one-way street on a bicycle, that's what it should have been a ticket, but I got arrested. So as soon as they tackle me to the floor, they cuff me and they cuff my friend, and I'm just sitting on the curb, and I'm just like, oh shit, this really happened. This is really happening. They bring some cars, they bring some more patrol cars, they put us in the back, and then I asked them a question. I forgot what I asked them. I think I was like, I don't know, I asked them a question about like what's going on and stuff, And then the lady was so rude to me. She was like, I'm not telling you anything. Yeah, I know you're recording. I'm just sitting there like, I'm like, yo, what am I recording with? Like, I'm here, I'm handcuffed in the back of the car asking them like, what's going on. To the lady that arrested me, I know you're watching this, I don't hate you, but like, what the fuck's wrong with you? So we pull up to the precinct in New York, the 122 precinct, which is where I recorded my Halloween video as well. If you guys have not seen my Halloween video, be sure to check it out. I might make a new one this year. And then she puts us like in a main lobby and stuff, and she's like talking about me the whole time, how proud of the lady is that she arrested me. And I'm just like standing there like, yo, I just want to know what happened. They take my necklace off, they take everything out, they strip me, they took my shoelaces, bro. They took my Air Forces. I had these fresh Air Forces I rode for like 2 years. They took my laces out of them. I got them back, but like the laces were so like, they were like, you know, like when you have a shoe for a while and it's like, it's just right and you just slip it on. That's what it was like. And now it's not the same. They ruined my laces. So they took my laces, they took everything, they put me in a holding cell separate from my friend. So I was just in a holding cell with this other lady, and I was just like standing there like, okay. They just took my fingerprints and pictures, and I'm trying to still find my mugshot. If somebody could find me my mugshot, I will love you. There's a guy that got caught with a DUI, and then there's another lady, I don't know what happened with her, suspended license, something like that. And I'm just sitting there, and then they let my friend in a little bit later, and you know, me and him talk. I'm like, yo, what's going on? He's like, yo, you don't know what's going on? He's like, we're on the news and like we're all this and stuff. My mom's freaking out, and it's a whole big deal about us getting arrested right now. And I'm just like, I've been in this stuff for like 3 hours, and you're telling me that this is all over the news, and I haven't even talked to my parents yet, and I'm just sitting here like all confused, like why I got arrested. And I'm just like, so like it didn't make any sense to me. Like they literally put me on the news before they called my parents or anything, or even gave me a phone call. And the one phone call I got was to my dad, and I talked to him for 30 seconds and then they hung up the phone. So see, I was 16 at the time, so I was just sitting there and I was like, alright, so they gotta like let me go because like I'm underage, but I gotta give my parents something. I didn't know what was going on. Then she came to the cell and she was like, yeah, you're staying the night. And I was like, what do you mean I'm staying the night? And she's like, you know, all these charges and stuff. And I'm like, like, hold on, let me just tell you guys the charges I got. I don't even remember the charges I got because that's how bullshit they are. Alright, so according to the newspaper, it says I was charged with reckless endangerment, resisting arrest, obstructing governmental administration. So that's what the police told the newspaper I did. And I had to stay the night. And I was just like confused because after I got out, I found out that my friend didn't have to stay the night, but I stayed the night. So it was like, oh, it was like we did the same thing. Like, you know? So the night I spent, they transferred me like midnight to a different precinct. I had to wait until the morning with a bunch of like actual criminals. Like there was this one guy I think killed the hooker, and he was with me. Yeah, he was chilling with us in the night cells. And yeah, there was like a whole group of cell things. There was this cold bench, and it was the middle of winter, and I had just a Konrad hoodie. Like I literally had, this is literally what I was wearing the whole night. I was wearing the No Panic hoodie before it even came out. I was wearing this thing, and I was freezing because it was the middle of winter, and it was freezing in the cells on a metal bench. So that was a fun night I spent. That night, there was a lot of 50 Cent and Tupac singing going on in the cells, and then after that we got transferred into the court at like 9 a.m. They transferred us to the court, and then the whole time I got like no food. So I was just sitting there like starving. I'm like, alright, they're not gonna feed me. So it was like 27 hours of me being in holding with no food or anything, which is pretty bad, honestly. And like this is where I was like, alright, what's going on? Because everybody was getting lawyers. Like everybody's like, they bring everybody up one by one, like, oh, talking to the lawyers and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't got a lawyer right now. I haven't talked to anybody, so I don't know what's going on. And I get a city lawyer, and the city lawyer, yo, when I tell you, she was so excited. She said, oh my God, I'm so excited to work on this case with you. I am so upset about what happened, how you got arrested for riding this bike and stuff like that. And then I was like, all right, so you know, maybe there's hope. You know, maybe she's just trying to, you know, help me out. So I was like, yeah, do you think I'll get my bike back? And she was like, no, you're not getting your bike back. It's illegal. What does she mean it's illegal? And I was like, no, I got arrested on a pedal bicycle, not like a dirt bike. She thought I got arrested on a dirt bike. And she's like, you got arrested on a pedal bike? And I'm like, yeah, do you think I can get that back? And it was so funny because she was like, I don't know what to say. So the lawyer was pretty much shocked. She said that, you know, she's gonna get me out of there, you know, just get me released and get a court date. And that's what happened. You know, I ended up walking out in front, you know, with the cuffs out and everything, and then they released me, and then my mom and my uncle were there, and they took me home. I had to get a lawyer, so I had to call up a couple people, and I ended up spending $3.5 grand on a lawyer. If you believe it or not, I spent $3.5 grand. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta drop $3.5 grand on a lawyer to get me out of this mess. And it's not even like this began in February. I had so many court dates. I don't even have time to go over how many court dates I had. I literally had to go to court so many times to just be told to come back to wait for trial, and then I never ended up actually going to trial, and I ended up actually doing community service. So the teen also flailed his arms and tried to escape when the officer asked him to get off his bike, when I was never asked to get off my bike. I was asked to talk, and I was tackled to the floor. So that was miscommunication, I'm guessing. So at the end of all the court cases and all the money and spent and everything like that, and all the stress, and the lady officer actually showed up to court to testify against me because we might have went to trial. She literally showed up to court, and I saw her that day. Literally, she showed up to testify against me for riding my bike up a one-way street. So yeah, literally after all the court cases and all that, I ended up actually having to do community service. So the community service I had to do was at the Berry homes, and then I had to do some at the DEP, the Department of Environmental Protection. I had to do some there, and I had to do some at the Berry homes. So the people at community service were pretty nice. You know, they really they had no problem with me. So before having to do all the community service, when the court date actually ended, it was July 5th. July 5th, my court date officially ended, and everything was done. So July 5th, I was assigned to do community service. July 5th, I got all my things that were holding for me back. So they were holding my phones. She literally took, I had two phones. I had iPhone 6s Plus and I had an iPhone 5s. You know, I had a music phone and I had a phone to use. She took both my phones from me. Imagine going from February to like July with no phone. So I ended up having to buy a new phone. So I had three phones by the time the court cases ended. I had a 6s, 6s Plus, a 5s, and a couple other, like I had to buy a phone, you know? So I bought a phone and I ended up getting two phones back, and then I ended up having to go to Brooklyn to get my bike back, and I got my bike back and it was like the same thing I left it. Yeah, I got my bike back, and I remember, I think the next day I had to go and actually get it fixed, but me and my friend, we decided to go to the bike shop to get my bike fixed, and I was on my, you know, bike I got arrested on, and I had a police sticker on it because, you know, when you get arrested, you get that police sticker that has like the barcode to like track the inventory of the stuff. So I had a barcode thing, and I ended up actually seeing the cop that arrested me that day. I literally, the bike she arrested me on, she saw me on it, and I literally stared at her, and she looked at me, and I was just like, what was the point of that? You wasted 6 months to literally just for me to get my bike back and waste $3.5 grand. That's what ended up happening. You know, I ended up doing community service, and there's nothing on my record, and I'm chilling. I know in that Halloween video I told you guys there was something on my record and how I can't become a cop anymore, but there's nothing on my record, alright? There's nothing on my record. My record's clean. I try to do community service. But yeah, also I want to mention that from arresting me, she actually gave me a lot of views and followers, so that was a good thing, because I remember I was in a cell, and I remember before the cell I had like 8,000 subscribers, and I made the 10,000 subscriber hoodies. That's what the hoodie I got arrested in, it had the 10,000 thing, because I was preparing for the 10,000 subscriber hoodies. So I had 8,000 subscribers, and by the time I got out, I had like 11,000. So in a day, I got like 3,000 subscribers. So she helped me out, grow my channel, you know, shout out. Before I go on, I just want to say one more thing. I got charged with resisting arrest, reckless endangerment, obstructing governmental administration for going up a one-way street. Let that sink in. I went up a one-way street on a bicycle and I got arrested. Let that sink in. Sometimes you get caught in the system, and that's what happened to me. So I just got unlucky. I got a cop that hated me, and I got arrested for something stupid. And from now on, I know what to do and what not to do. Don't ride up one-way streets. You know, guys gotta stay careful. Be careful of the one way. You know, if it's a one way, make sure to turn the other way. You know, I learned a lot. You know, it's a big life lesson. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. I know you guys have been dreading this story, and I'm sorry if it's not as exciting as you thought. But yeah, I literally got arrested for going up a one-way street. Just be careful for the one-way streets, and just be careful riding, guys, because you could get arrested for some dumb shit, like, you know, going on a sidewalk or stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my story, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.